Good day, everyone. Welcome to this new learning episode. This is Teacher Krona, your grade 8 mathematics teacher, and today we're going to explore the probability of simple events. Before we start, please prepare a pen and a paper for note-taking and writing your answers as we go through this lesson. So at the end of this lesson, you are expected to define probability of a simple event, illustrate an experimental probability and a theoretical probability, solve for probability of simple events, and apply probability of simple events in real-life situations. Before we proceed, let us review how to count the number of possible outcomes in a mathematical experiment. Let's try to answer this problem. A coffee shop offers the following choices. For the flavor, we have cappuccino, mocha, or latte. For the size, we have small or large, and the coffee may be hot or iced. In how many ways can you order your coffee? Since we have three flavors of coffee and then two sizes for the coffee, and it could be in hot or iced coffee, then we're going to multiply each of the variables. We have 3 times 2, that is 6, times 2, that will be equal to 12. So the number of possible outcomes will be 12. To answer this problem, we can say that there are 12 ways in which you can order your coffee. Now try to answer this problem. Mary has 5 blouses, 4 skirts, and 2 pairs of sandals. How many different blouse, skirt, sandal outfits does she have? If your answer is 40, then you are correct. Mary has 40 different blouse, skirt, sandals outfits. Since there are 5 blouses, 4 skirts, and 2 sandals, just multiply the given wherein 5 times 4 is 20, times 2, that will be equal to 40. Thus, there are 40 different outfits that Mary can choose from. I believe that we are now ready to proceed to our lesson. Determining the number of possible outcomes is necessary in solving for the probability of a simple event. Probability provides information about the likelihood that something will happen, like determining the likelihood or probability that it will rain tomorrow, and the probability that the sun will rise in the east. Thus, this lesson will help us determine the likelihood of an event. This time, let us define the terms that will be used in this lesson. A sample space is a set of all possible outcomes, wherein event is a set of outcomes which is a subset of the sample space. And that simple event is the event where one experiment happens at a time and it will be having a single outcome. Also, probability is the measure of how likely an event is to occur. The more likely an event is to occur, the higher its probability. The less likely an event is to occur, the lower its probability. Probability can be expressed as a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. This figure illustrates that impossible events have zero probability and a certain event has 100% probability, or 1. Even chance has 50% probability, such as in tossing a coin, whereas we have an even chance of having a head or a tail. We have two types of probability, wherein one of which is experimental probability. So read with me as we define the following terms. Experimental probability is a probability derived from a series of trials or experiments. The probabilities obtained from experimental probability may differ as we increase the number of trials. So for the formula, we have the probability of an event is equal to the number of event occurrence over the total number of observations. The other one is the theoretical probability. Theoretical probability is the ratio of the total number of favorable outcomes and the total possible outcomes. It assumes ideal conditions and is determined through the same space. The probability of an event is equal to the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. In symbols, P of E is equal to N of E over N of S. To further understand the concepts, let us compare experimental probability and theoretical probability. Experimental probability is found by repeating an experiment and observing the outcomes. So for example, a coin is tossed 10 times, a head is recorded 7 times, and a tail 3 times. So the probability of having a head using the formula is equal to 7 over 10, while the probability of having a tail is equal to 3 over 10. So this is the result of an actual experiment, while the theoretical probability is what is expected to happen based on mathematics. So, for example, is a coin is tossed. The probability of having a head is equal to 1 out of 2 since we have two possible outcomes here, head or tail. And the probability of having a tail is also 1 over 2. To better understand the probability of an event, let's take a look at the following examples. A committee has 8 females and 12 male members. What is the probability of choosing a female as the president of the committee? So using the formula, we have the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. So we have the number of females, we have 8, and the total number of outcomes, we have all the members, 8 plus 12 is equal to 20. Thus, the probability of choosing a female president is equal to 8 over 20 or 2 over 5. Let's have another example. The numbers 1 to 10 are written on a separate pieces of paper, folded and put in a box. One number is drawn from this box. What is the probability that the number chosen randomly is 3? So the sample space here consists of the set of numbers from 1 to 10. So we have 10 possible outcomes for this problem. And we are looking for the probability that the number chosen is 3. We only have one number 3 in the sample space, thus it gives us N of E is equal to 1. Now substituting it to the formula, we have the probability that the number 3 is chosen randomly is equal to 1 over 10. Considering the same problem, let us look into the probability that the randomly chosen number is an even number. So same sample space, we have the numbers from 1 to 10, and that we have the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Therefore, our N of S is still 10, and our N of E is equal to 5 since we have 5 even numbers. Substituting it to the formula, it gives us the probability of an even number is equal to 5 over 10 or 1/2. Here is another problem for you to deepen your understanding on this lesson. A bag has 3 green, 2 red, 5 purple, 10 white, and 5 black marbles. What is the probability of choosing a black marble? Since the total number of marbles in the bag is equal to 25, and N of S is equal to 25. And we have black marbles is equal to 5, therefore we have N of E is equal to 25. Using the formula, we have the probability of having a black marble is equal to 5 over 25 or 1/5. And now, pause this video and try to answer the following questions. Given the same problem, determine the chance of picking a red or a green marble and the probability of choosing a brown marble. Here are our answers to the given problems. In determining the chance of picking a red or a green marble, we have a total of 25 marbles, so n of s is equal to 25. Then, we have 2 red marbles and 3 green marbles. Adding them together gives us 5 marbles. Thus, n of e is equal to 5. Therefore, the probability of picking a red or a green marble is equal to 5 over 25 or 1/5. And to answer the question about the probability of picking a brown marble, we have no brown marbles. So, the probability of having a brown marble is 0 over 25 or 0. And that is how we determine the probability of a simple event. I hope you were able to understand our lessons very well. Let's have the recap by answering the following questions. What is a simple event? A simple event is a single outcome or result of an experiment or observation. Another question, what is the difference between an experimental and theoretical probability? So, the difference between experimental and theoretical probability lies in how they are calculated. Experimental probability is based on actual outcomes of an experiment, while theoretical probability is calculated based on mathematical principles and assumptions. Lastly, how do we solve for the probability of simple events? So, to solve for the probability of simple events, simply divide the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of possible outcomes. And now, it's your turn. Choose a partner and work collaboratively to answer the following problems. Write your answers in a 1/2 crosswise. So you may pause this video and copy the given problems. That will be all for our lesson. See you again next time.